Give me my theme music!
What's up, Buffs Nation, and welcome into Buffs News Weekly Live. I'm your host, Russ Dornish, and welcome to this Friday afternoon show. Appreciate y'all for joining, and of course, before we get in, make sure that you like this video and are subscribed to the channel so that you know when we go live, you know when we drop videos, anything like that. Appreciate all of you guys for joining us on this fine Friday afternoon. Of course, today was the massive Ain't Hard to Find showcase for the outgoing seniors for Colorado who are trying to enter the NFL draft. And it was a very, very good day overall, not only for the players themselves, but for the program. Because let's be honest, that was quite the proof of concept that Colorado is the place to be, because I do not remember anybody else's pro day being as televised, as attended, as hyped as Colorado's pro day was today. And a few of the players made a name for themselves a little bit more and could maybe have possibly moved themselves into a drafting position. One of those players, of course, is Jimmy Horn, who is being talked about left and right on social media by NFL scouts, analysts, the like, having been able to run a 4.4 at the pro day today, while also looking extremely athletic and fast in some of the passing drills. Overall, very good day for him. The other player that probably saw his draft stock go up was Will Sheppard. Will Sheppard, who, by the way, ran a very fast speed, also jumped a combine, what would have been the top combine, or I believe one of the top combine jumping marks when it comes to that. I mean, absolutely insane numbers, by the way. Let me get you those numbers really quick here on Will Sheppard and what he was able to do, because like I said, he is absolutely, I think, pushed himself into a potential position to be drafted. So a 40.5 inch vertical that would have ranked him third among wideouts. He looked good in his 40-yard time as well. Okay, mind you, his 10.11 broad jump also would have put him in fourth for the wide receivers at the combine. Looked good in the passing. And like I said, you know, the fact that he did so well in all of these, I think is going to look really well. And for his size, he ran a 4.54 speed in the 40. Unbelievable if you're really thinking about it, especially for a guy at his size. And he was highly sought after to speak to a number of teams in attendance, including my Denver Broncos, by the way, who had their entire organization in attendance. GM, coach, DC, OC, everybody was there for the Broncos brass, and both Sean Payton and George Payton, as well as the Broncos wide receiver coach who was there, all had a very long conversation with Will Sheppard. I could see Shep or LeJounte being a potential late round draft pick for the Denver Broncos. They are going to be in the market for wide receivers. That is one of the well-known positions that they will be looking at. So very well could be an option for them there, with either LeJounte or Will Sheppard being a potential fit at that position. So that is something to take a look at. Overall, yeah, the guys did great. I see why we ain't hard to find. We're slow, TK. Oh, TK. I mean, Jimmy did great. I'm sorry, but a 4.4 is not slow. And BJ did well, and Will did well. And let's not forget, we got to give Mate his flowers when your punter is the fastest punter in the country. Speed. Majority of the scouts clocked Jimmy at a 4.35, Shiloh at a 4.47. Yeah, the scouts said quicker. They had Jimmy. I saw somebody have Jimmy at a 4.33 to a 4.39. The official time that was timed was a 4.4. I think the scouts loved what they had to see. Okay, I really, really did. And Cam, I'm glad that Travis ran some routes. I love that he didn't do gloves. I love that he didn't take it too seriously. I think the scouts saw that even with Travis Hunter doing it maybe 50%, barely doing the drills, he still looked the way that he did. Of course, we're going to always have the haters, everybody saying like, oh, that's not a realistic route. That's not, so stupid. So stupid, but hey, that's where we're at. Now imagine if Horn, Wester, Hunter had a year under Swayze's belt being coached up on getting faster, since that's what Swayze is good at. Yeah, just think of what the guys are going to look at going forward. Just think about that. Robert, we're going to get to this here in just a moment. That's going to be a topic of the show. What 2026 recruits do we have that are close to being committed? We'll go over some of the guys coming this weekend, and I think I know who's going to be the first commit for Colorado. I do. And it's an easy one. You probably can get it. Eric, welcome in. Today's exactly why Colorado and Rick George hired Coach Prime. Recruits, hope you're paying attention, because guess what? That was what it was all about. They knew Coach Prime would lay out the red carpet, and his players represented. Man, the amount of media that they had there was absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So super, super crazy thing to be able to see. And I'm glad that we got to see it. That's where we're at with that. Overall, though, great day. I think Shedeur showed off what he needed to show off. I think any scout that sees him is going to know the truth about Shedeur. And any negativity I think that's coming out right now has to be some teams towards the middle to end of the first round who are trying to get some of those top teams to maybe waver on Shedeur. He's not going past the Browns or the Giants. And today, I think, solidified that. I think, seeing him go out to dinner with the Cleveland team last night, seeing him with the Giants today, spent a lot of time there. I don't think that we're going to have any issues. Oh, Keith coming in huge before the weekend. $5 super chat. I feel bad for Shedeur. Coach Prime got to get better offensive linemen. Here's the thing, Keith. Here's what I'm thinking about that, though. You can see it if you actually look at the tape. And let's be honest, scouts are not looking at stats like fans are. Okay? Scouts are not looking at that. They are diving into the, deep down facts. And I have seen a couple of NFL analysts, even on Twitter, who have said they've dove into the tape much more. And the one thing that they can say is Shedeur is real. And the biggest reason they say is because the line was so bad. The play was so bad, and he still did what he did. So to anybody out there that doesn't believe in Shedeur, it's going to hurt them, because whatever team he goes to, especially if he goes to a top team in the draft, meaning a team that's not that good, he is going to be ready to perform for you day one. I can guarantee you, I'm gonna say it right now. We can come back to this a year from now if we need to. But I think that rookie years, Shedeur will be and have the better rookie season than Cam Ward. The reason for that is I think that Shedeur will be much better prepared to take on a bad team and a bad line than Cam would. Cam had the benefit of the doubt of having some pretty good blocking, some pretty good time behind the line of scrimmage, and Shedeur didn't. And so Shedeur is ready to continue dealing with that pressure that he's probably going to have that first year when he plays for a Cleveland, a New York, whatever team that may be. Okay. So I think overall, I get there's a lot of people out there, by the way. And again, I won't call them out by name, but there's a certain Buffs content creation account that has pretty much written off Shedeur to the first round because of the players that have signed in free agency and things like that. New York signed Russell Wilson, and Geno Smith just signed an extension with the Raiders, and they just went team by team. They're like, there's no spots for him. I'm like, you're an idiot. Did Atlanta not draft Michael Penix after getting Kirk Cousins? Like, did that not just happen? Do you really think that any type of free agent is going to stop a team if they believe in Shedeur Sanders? Like, it's dumb to see. And so overall, I think that I don't believe that Shedeur is going to have an issue getting drafted in the top 5. Okay. Top 10 at max. And if he falls to 9 to the Saints are going to dance up and down Bourbon Street that they just got their quarterback of the future. Okay. Cause that's what I would think. And if I'm being honest, if the Saints got Shedeur, I would love it. I would absolutely love for the Saints to grab Shedeur. I think he fits in very well there. Would love to see him there, but I don't think he goes past that. I don't think he goes past that whatsoever. And again, I just really do believe. I think he's going top 3. I think it's Cleveland or the Giants. I believe that Travis is a top 3 pick. I think right now, I'm going to say it. This is what I'm going to say, guys. And we'll see come the draft. But I think the draft is going to go Cam Ward to Tennessee. I think it's going to go Shedeur Sanders to Cleveland. And I think Travis Hunter to New York. And I think part of the reason that you saw these teams go get their quarterbacks was we don't know if we're going to have a chance at Shedeur or Cam. So we would rather have that locked up and have the potential player that we can use this year at quarterback so that we can take a generational talent like Travis Hunter and not hurt our team. Because the New York Giants did not have a quarterback up until they did sign Russell Wilson. And so the fact that they did that tells me that, hey, this is our backup in case the quarterback we want in the draft is not there. And so that we can go after a generational talent like Travis. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Absolutely what I am thinking. Okay. So we might be needing to look at Draylon Miller as a huge star after watching him compete in Pro Day with Shedeur. That tells us a lot about Draylon as a player. Draylon is going to be Draylon. Guys, what he did last year as a freshman and what he's done to build his body up, he is set to take over this wide receiver room. Okay. It's why I honestly think there are a couple wide receivers in the room that I think are on transfer watch, because I think that Draylon has solidified himself as one of the main receivers, leaders, top players on this team into the foreseeable future. Okay. So you know who the players might be, but there's some players out there that are just too quiet. They're just too quiet. They're not doing much in practice. They're not doing much around the facilities. You're not seeing them very much. You probably are kind of seeing the writing on the wall that they might not be around very long. Cam Ward wasn't put in a situation like Shedeur has been his whole life. People will forget about that. Fans will forget about that, Cam, but scouts will not. Scouts, when they watch the tape, will notice very quickly, oh, Cam had an hour in the pocket. Shedeur was under duress his whole entire college career and still put up the numbers he did. That tells you a lot. Gearhead, I'm holding out hope Zach Owens' weight loss turns him into a good player who wins a starting spot this year. We need his size to help run the ball. And I just hope he sticks around if he doesn't start this year, because I still think he needs a little bit more polish to his game. I hope that he's patient enough to stick it out at least one more year. We'll see. I'm going to lose myself if 2 goes to the Saints. Bezo, would you lose yourself in the fact that you'd be excited for that, or would you lose yourself because you would be mad about that? You let me know. I look at that corner from the Giants switching to 2 as a money move, make Shedeur pay for the number. TK, I said the same thing. And this so-called account said, well, he's not going to the Giants. I'm like, you're an idiot. None of the stuff that you're tweeting out makes any sense whatsoever. And yet you're tweeting out that, oh, Shedeur's not going there. Shedeur's not going here. That's where it's at. Absolutely. Would rather have Shedeur fall to either the Saints or the Steelers, better team and organization. Yes. I think he would have more success off the get-go. But like I said, I think Shedeur can have more success with a bad team than like a Cam Ward can. Cam Ward's going to struggle a little bit to actually be under duress and see what happens. I'm interested to see. Like if a Cam Ward fell to a Saints or Steelers, ooh, look out. Look out, because, yeah, he'd win Rookie of the Year there. Just get Terrell Timmons off my team. Timmons has been fun, bud, but hit the portal. And D-Nice, same thing. I think he transfers to Adrian Wilson. Yeah, I have not. Has anybody seen Adrian Wilson do anything? I don't even recall him. Like, again, we can't look too much into it. Okay, I apologize. I apologize right now. I'm being a hypocrite when I say this. We always say the whole, well, he was not on well off. He's not being featured in any videos. He's not being shown out. We don't know what's happening off camera. So maybe he is, but is he a ghost? Is he there on the program? Am I just missing him? Like Quentin Gibson showing out. Quinell Farrakhan really showing out. And this could be it too. Maybe Wilson is hurt. Yeah, okay, so Wilson is injured. Adrian Wilson's injured, so maybe he doesn't go anywhere until he comes back healthy. If you've got no tape as a freshman, you're injured, you're not going anywhere. So never mind, guys. Never mind. I heard someone say that Tyler Brown hit the portal. We haven't seen him in a while. We have not seen Tyler Brown in quite a while, and he's usually a staple on those videos. So who knows what's happening? Again, all rumors. D-Nights, are we talking about Wilson or Tyler Brown? Let us know. I was referring to Deion Sanders being a defensive guy, knowing defenses really well, especially NFL defenses that I bet Shedeur knows well more than any other quarterback, including Cam Ward. I mean, he's got the input for sure. He has got the ability to do that. Okay, so Wilson was finally in pads. Well, we'll have to see what happens. I'm interested in that one. I kept forgetting that he was on the team until somebody brought it up more recently, and that's where it's at. Okay, so today's show's not going to be a long one. We're going to move on to the next topic. Again, we're moving right along, but that next topic is a recruiting topic. And TK, you're part of that too. Yes, I think Sincere Brown is coming to Colorado. I think him coming to the spring game is a big deal. I think he could be a guy that comes in and gets a part of it. Eric, here's the problem. Okay, I was talking to someone. If Jerry Jones wants to shock people, trade Dak to Tennessee for the number one pick, and the Dallas Cowboys draft Shedeur. Eric, people keep bringing this up. It's not going to happen. The problem is not that. You can't trade Dak. 2 reasons you can't trade Dak. No movement clause and dead cap. Almost $100 million in dead cap. I'm sorry. I get it. Everybody says Jerry Jones is made of money. Do you know why Jerry Jones is made of money? Because he is stingy as all be. He is not going to trade and have a $95 million dead cap for a player that's not playing. Just look at what he does with coaches. Does Jerry Jones pay a ton for his coaches? No, he's a cheapskate, and that's how he got rich. So Dak ain't going anywhere. He's not worth $95 million to Jerry Jones. Okay? The Dallas Cowboys are stuck with him through thick and thin. I'm sorry if you're a Cowboys fan out there. You're stuck with Dak. You're not getting him off the books until he can be traded without a dead cap money. Okay? Without that, Dak going to stay in Dallas until he wants to leave. He has the no trade clause. Exactly. The money, the trade clause. I don't get why people don't understand that. Okay? I really, really don't. But let's move on to the recruiting. Okay? So as we talked about it, and I'm going to reveal to you guys who I believe the first 2026 commit is going to be, and I think it could come as early as this weekend. Anybody want to take a guess? I'll give you a couple moments to take a guess. Who do you think will be the first 2026 commit for the Buffaloes? I will give you just a few moments to type it in the chat. Let me see what you guys think as far as who the first commit of 2026 is going to be. Waiting on the chat. We're going to pull it up here in just a moment. I want to see if you guys can figure out who I believe the 2026 first commit is going to be. See, right side, you're close, but north side and Keith have got it. It has got to be Deacon Schmidt. Deacon Schmidt coming back to Boulder yet again. I get that he's in the backyard, but he's coming up to Boulder once again to visit and be a part of the big recruiting weekend that's coming up. And I think that we are going to get the number one recruit in Colorado to finally commit. The guy has been on like 6 different visits. He's a Colorado native, Matt McChesney guy. Now that Andre Girard is at the program, I know that connection and relationship is growing and just becoming bigger and bigger. So I do think that Deacon Schmidt will be your first 2026 commit. Okay, guys? Absolutely will be. Now, Dorian, I think, will commit eventually, but he is only down to his like top 6 or whatever. I think Deacon is ready to commit. I think it could happen, like I said, as soon as this weekend. I really do. And if we get Deacon, I'm hoping that that means Breck is soon to follow. Okay? After the game, I think Sincere Brown will commit over that April game. Heard Breck is going to be at CU tomorrow as well. If both are there, guys, we've got it. We've got the line. Okay? We've got the line. Cardi, Breck, Deacon, Cash, Seaton. There is your offensive line for the foreseeable future, guys. At least 1 or 2 seasons. That would be your offensive line for Juju's junior, senior season, guys. Imagine that. Imagine that. Man. So I do think that Deacon is on his way to Boulder. I really, really do. As far as this weekend goes, as far as other players coming this weekend, by the way, because we did not, we talked about the 3 that were coming. We got the quarterback, the linebacker, and the wide receiver coming in this weekend. We have also got a couple more. We've got 4-star edge Sean Scott is coming in to Colorado this weekend. 4-star inside offensive lineman, of course, Deacon Schmidt. And tight end Gavin Mueller is also coming this weekend, guys. So we have got a ton of stuff coming up to Boulder. And my guess is if we got Deacon and Brett coming, I could very well see them commit this weekend, guys. You're not really hearing too much about them visiting elsewhere. They're coming back to Boulder again. The connection's there. I think it's a lock. I think it's going to happen. Okay. Buffs get Deacon and Breck. I'm popping the bottles. I mean, that's what everybody's been wanting. That's what everybody will be wanting. Seaton won't be there for Juju's junior year. The question is, do you guys think, I know that Seaton is dominant. You don't think Seaton would maybe come for his senior year and play all 4 years? You think he leaves early and that his body is ready for the NFL and ready to be a top pick? Because I just feel like if he stays for all 4 years, don't you think he's like a top 5 pick at that point in the NFL draft if he continues his trajectory? I'm wondering. Oh, and I always forget about Chauncey. And we got Chauncey too. Good God. One of them needs to convert to a center maybe or something. I don't know. But yes. Chauncey, Cash, Cardi, Breck, Deacon. Woo-wee. Yeah, nah, I think Seaton leaves with 1 year left. Okay. So you guys all think he leaves after his junior year. I could see it. Absolutely. So Coach Prime has put CU back up in the lights. What happened to the 5-star kicker? He's at Boulder, guys. He's at Boulder. I found out he is there and he's practicing. Buck Buchanan is at Boulder and has been at Boulder. And from everything that I'm hearing out of Boulder, he is a touchback machine and they're not worried. Okay. The guy kicks the ball out of the darn field when he kicks off on practices. So just saying, he's there. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I mean, I could see him leaving after his 3rd year. I absolutely could. Oh, Elliot Arnold. We were never. Yeah, Elliot Arnold. I thought he was already committed, and we were just trying to flip him. I don't think he ever came to Colorado like officially and did that. Buck is our guy right now. But I get it. No, Elliot Arnold committed elsewhere. Let me see even. I'm almost positive is that the Arizona State 5-star that we brought in for that one weekend? Elliot Arnold. There it is. 5-star kicker, Elliot Arnold. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's committed. He probably hasn't graduated yet, guys. He's still showing committed on his thing, but he probably hasn't graduated yet. He did go visit Liberty, it looks like. He just came to Liberty. Oh no, that's one of his other friends. Never mind. Take it all out. Fact is, my guess is he's a summer enrollee, guys. I wouldn't worry too much about that, Elliot Arnold. I forget about him. OU tight end trying to come to see you. Yep. So a tight end, by the way, that wanted or had talked about maybe coming out of high school, 5-star, 4-star recruit. He is in the portal now, has left the program at Oklahoma. So could be somebody to keep an eye out on. Now, the question is, will we get him? I don't know, guys. There's no smoke just yet. Everything you're seeing was from the original recruiting cycle with him. So something to think about when it comes to recruiting, what we're seeing, what we're looking at here. But again, the portal's starting to heat up, guys. Okay. We obviously have Sincere Brown. He's coming. A linebacker just hit the portal, by the way, guys, that looks absolute beast. Absolute beast. Do I know if Colorado has any intention on looking into him? I don't yet. Would I love Colorado to look into him? Yes, I absolutely would. So just so you guys know, this guy right here, South Dakota All-Conference linebacker Gary Bryant entering the transfer portal. Listen to these stats, by the way, as a sophomore, okay? Brian posted 103 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss, 2 interceptions last season as a sophomore. Okay, and do you know why this is a huge deal for this dude? He's 6'1", 230 pounds as a linebacker. You guys want us to bring some linebacker help in? That would be your guy right there. Okay, Gary Bryant just entered the portal, and he will be highly sought after by teams for sure. Okay, for sure. Absolutely. And hey, I get it, guys. We do. We need a right tackle badly. Okay, it's going to be a priority. We're going to add some tackles. We're going to add some players there. Absolute priority. Yep. So it's Davin Mitchell is the tight end from Oklahoma that had looked at us when he originally came out of high school, 4-5-star recruit. I don't know a ton about him as far as reasons for why he's leaving, guys. Okay. We got to look into this first because he very well could have been kicked out of the program. He very well could have had some issues with the team. Whatever that may be, we can't just immediately say we have to have him. Just like, this Gary Bryant guy, I'd have to look at him a little more. He just hit the portal. We're going to have to do a much bigger deep dive when it comes to portal players. Okay. Portal players. So, that's where we're at for that. But, something to think about when it comes to who we might be grabbing. He might as well talk to Coach Prime and help him find a good job. Who we talking about? Russ, you like the film of that D2 receiver we have coming on the visit? Are we talking about Sincere Brown, TK? Because absolutely. I love everything about Sincere Brown, and I hope that we get him. Okay? I believe that Sincere Brown could come in and start. I believe that Sincere Brown could really pair up well. I mean, we've got a lot of deep threats, guys. I mean, Joseph Williams, Omarion Miller, Sincere Brown. Those are some big boys that can also bring a little bit of speed. It would tell you what kind of offense we might be running because I like those three also in the blocking game with their size. Obviously, Draylon Miller will be a part of that and could potentially start in that slot area as well. 4 wide receivers set. That's a pretty nice 4 wide receivers right there if Sincere Brown comes to Colorado. So keep an eye on it. Can you hit the content creator portal for Jake from DNVR? Scotty cooked him yesterday. I do love the DNVR boys. I've hung out with them a few times. Yeah. See, and here's the point right there. For the tight end Donovan Mitchell, out of shape, couldn't crack the rotation. I mean, if that's the case, then Campbell, not D2. I'm talking about the other guy, the white guy. Oh, okay. See, I haven't watched much of his tape. I know you're talking about it's oh shoot, what's his name? Oh, I literally just had him pulled up and meant to like mention him and just completely like flaked on it. Oh, what is it? Oh, that's right. Is it the Emery and Henry all-conference wide receiver Cam Abishire? TK, is that who you're talking about? I have not watched Abishire's video, and I know he's coming on a visit next weekend. So I'll watch his stuff. We'll talk about him next week because he's coming April 9th to Colorado. Yeah, the white Randy Moss Cam. Absolutely, I will go take a look at his stuff. 6'4", 185. 64 catches, by the way, 1,057 yards and 13 touchdowns. At the D2 level is absolutely insane, by the way. Absolutely insane. Yeah, Eric, that's what I'm saying. We got to be careful with those. Timmons hasn't been showing up, dropping passes all spring. He might be going in the portal. He's not getting a ton of play now either. If you guys pay attention to well off when the ones are in, Timmons is not really showing up. I mean, Farrakhan's been popping. Gibson's been popping. Obviously, Isaiah Harge, by the way, guys, I wanted to bring that up. I don't know if you've been watching well off this week, but as far as practice tape, Isaiah Harge is getting a lot of shots with the ones. And again, you know when the ones are in because you just got to look for Seaton. I love that about our team right now. We at least know that Seat's in there. And by the way, a little interesting to me as well, it's a pretty 50-50 split with the quarterbacks. And I from what we've seen, again, it's just tape. I've been starting to be a little bit more impressed with Juju than I have with Caden at times. Salter's had a few bad plays, but here's where I'm going to do the caveat of the but. You can't run in practice as a quarterback like you can in a game. And that's the difference between Juju and Salter. So it's going to be interesting what happens. But as far as guys to watch, Isaiah Harge is starting to really take over, guys. Absolutely really starting to take over. Oh, 23.9. Oh, 23.9 speed. Jeez, guys. These guys are who we want. These guys are who we want. Salter and Juju kind of remind me of Hurts and Tua back at Alabama. I'd take the same outcome that season. Coach Mo's no longer with the program. We do know that. Coach Mo is no longer with the program. It looks like he has moved on, which again, kind of saw the writing on the wall when he was somewhat quote unquote demoted. My guess is he wants to be the head of a strength and conditioning program and doesn't want to play second fiddle. So, you know, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Yeah, I mean, it's looking like it is truly a true quarterback battle. There's nobody leading the clubhouse so far. When Juju is in there, even when he makes mistakes, guys, man, he's so good. He is calm, collected, smart, throws a great ball. You know, that's where we're at. Coach Mo's racing in dune buggy tournaments right now. Would love to see you in the Big 12 chip this year under Salter. What a story it would be to possibly have a chance at an undefeated season for two separate programs, Liberty and CU. Has that ever been done? I don't think it has. You got to say it hasn't. K-Salt threw 2 picks off of Timmons' mistakes, and Juju's been getting sacked a lot, so 50-50. Russ, do you think we are completely ready for Georgia Tech, or do you think we still need to get more dogs? Oh, we're getting more dogs, Rob. We're not done. We're not done. We're not ready. We're not ready yet. This is not the roster that will play Georgia Tech, guys, at all. So you got to realize, Jared, when Colorado first came to CU, Mike Zimmer was here at Colorado as an analyst. So he had the gear head to toe at that point. So, you know, I'm not looking into it too much just yet. I'm not. I'm looking at it as Zimmer's got some offseason. He's checking it out, might see what's going on. If he gets announced as a coach, then absolutely unbelievable pull by Coach Prime and the program to continue to add NFL caliber guys. But I'll wait and see on that one. Because if it was like, I don't know. If it was like Champ Bailey today, Champ Bailey came and visited. He came with his son, by the way, who did come on a visit, is on a visit this weekend. 2028 receiver DB player. If Champ showed up in head to toe and was doing some guidance, I would start freaking out that maybe he's going to take a spot on the coaching staff. Zimmer, not as much. Quarterback race, definitely 50-50, but the difference will be the running quarterback option. And that's what I said. You can't gauge that part of the game in practice. So that's where I think we're at right now. Right side, we're definitely beating Georgia Tech. Tyler Brown is not looking good in practice. I hope he doesn't start. I can see us making a statement against Georgia Tech by 14, says D-Nice. Don't like the right side of the O-line through be getting killed in practice. Yep, that's where most of the pressure has really been coming. But did you guys notice something else? I want you guys to let me know. And Coach Dre, I'm sure you've noticed this as well. The play calling already in practice is completely different than what it was the last 2 years. We're seeing motion. We're seeing more running back screens. We're seeing more dump off plays. We're seeing more bootlegs by the quarterbacks and naked boots, but more even just rolling the quarterback out on the play. You've seen Juju do that a lot. I don't know if a lot of that has to do with the pressure or if a lot of that has to do with relieving the pressure by moving them out of the pocket. A lot more different sets. And D-Nice, you got it too. I've seen, what was it? Micah and Charlie in the backfield at the same time as Juju. And by the way, I know you guys are going to be really angry, but Charlie's been running with the ones as well this spring again. Yeah, we're seeing a completely different offense. A lot of read option for Salter as well. Yes, a lot of read option, not RPO, read option pure with this team. Facts, all you're seeing is 11 and 12 personnel. More speed options. I mean, guys, we're seeing it in practice right now. This is what we wanted. This is what I talked about. This is what I said would happen. Give Pat Shurmur the benefit of the doubt for 1 year without Shedeur there, letting him run his offense. D-Nice liking Charlie. D-Nice liking Charlie. Two back is what I like. Yeah, Coach Dre, I love that. That is going to keep defenses honest. 100%. Way better than what we did last year with empty sets and one back, two back. Think of the play action you can run off of a two back with two extra blockers just looking for some quick throws. Absolutely. Absolutely. So a completely different offense overall, guys. Completely different. And I absolutely love what I'm seeing from the Buffs. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to call it. DNVR just went live, so you guys want to keep talking Buffs, you can head over there. I don't love overlapping with them and competing for the same type of audience sometimes. So that's where I'm saying. Absolutely, Brandon, you got it too here. I'll get you in right before the end. Absolutely, running back room was good. They just need better O-line, and the fact the quarterback can run will definitely help that running back room. Watch out. Absolutely. Hey, while you guys are still here, hit the like button for me, please, on your way out. I'd love to get at least 100 likes on this video before we end the live, if possible. That'd be awesome. It always helps the algorithm, YouTube gods, all of that be a little bit more favorable for me. Guys, we are almost to 5,000 subscribers. I don't know if you noticed that. I don't know if you saw that. We've had a nice, consistent growth the last couple of weeks. So anything you can do to help get us to that point would be greatly appreciated, whether that's subscribing right now if you're not, or hitting that like button, because that does help it. We are at 4,840 subscribers, okay? 160 subscribers away from that 5,000 mark, so I appreciate it absolutely. So just wanted to say, appreciate you guys for, again, making this possible, making this happen, doing all the wonderful things. Thank you for tuning in. Feel free to head over to DMVR now after this show. But again, we will see you again next time. Possibly we'll do a Monday show, so be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, I might have some content that drops throughout the weekend, depending on what happens. So just keep an eye on that as well. So appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you next time for Buffs News Weekly Live. I'm Russ Dornish. Sko Buffs.